What's his name?
Rich Paul.
He's LeBron's friend.
Rich
You
Paul.
know this guy. He's LeBron's friend.
LeBron's friend, man. That's how we got started. All right, man.
No.
We're back. We're live. We're on the air.
Right now?
Right now.
That
we're
whole
on the air.
conversation?
That whole conversation.
Guys, I didn't research RuPaul. I didn't research RuPaul.
So it's like I did a lot of research. He's a drag race star. He's friends with LeBron.
All right, we are back under a new name. We are now Tab Sports. We are no longer Tab. T-A-B.
Tab. Like the thing. Oh no, what was that? No, that's Tang. I was gonna say what astronauts. Tab. What was Tab? Was it Tab a pop? Like a diet drink?
Yeah,
that's right. We
that's
wouldn't
it.
sue by them.
Yeah, well, we're not the drink. We're Tab Sports.
Tab
we're not
Sports.
just Tab. Tab Sports.
Tab Sports.
Legal reasons. So we are back. We are no longer expiring contracts. If you followed us on there, follow us on Tab Sports Pod at Instagram, YouTube. We got YouTube now, and we're going to start filming. This episode isn't being filmed, but we'll film live. We'll figure out a day. All right, so we're going to hit Rich Paul, the controversy that dropped today. We're going to hit up a lot that we missed, some football, some basketball, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we were gone, you know.
We're gone for a whole year, so we got to catch up. So this is going to be maybe 5 hours.
Yeah, it's going to be a long podcast.
Long podcast. Tharp got a babysitter for the whole night, overnight, for his now 2 kids, because now he's got a kid, COVID baby.
COVID baby.
Tharp got a COVID baby.
What else were you going to do?
All right, so
Yeah. So,
Rich Paul. For those of you who don't know, he's being sued by none other than Nerlens Noel, the ex-76er, part of the process, who thought was supposed to be the main part of the process, but
definitely was not.
got replaced by Joel Embiid, who is the real part of the process.
Real quick. Yeah, it's an interesting situation with him.
Right.
So he's basically suing Rich Paul for like $58 million, saying that he essentially cost him $58 million in lost revenue over his time as his agent. And that kind of got started because Rich Paul and Clutch Sports specifically sued him for $200,000, saying that, hey, you never paid us any of your like agency fees.
Yeah, the commission.
Yeah, commission on your contract. And he said, you cost me $58 million because I didn't sign with the Mavericks and you told me not to. And so that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, he sued him, and then Nerlens Noel's like, you know what? You sue me, I'll sue you.
I double sue you. I'll sue you in Dallas with this one down, which is true.
So yeah, the $58 million comes from Nerlens Noel had a contract on the table from the Dallas Mavericks for $70 million 4 years.
Correct.
Rich Paul apparently told him to decline that offer, take a 1-year deal for $4.1 million.
So he can be unrestricted.
So he can be unrestricted next year and get a $100 million contract.
The Dennis Schroeder
He
effect.
allegedly told them, you're a $100 million player, we'll get you that money.
And then he broke his thumb and missed 42 games and then signed with vet minimum, which is $3.5 million. So it's not like he's not making money, but hey, 3.5 ain't $70 million.
Right.
And then he went with that early 90s haircut. It really cut into it, too.
He does still have that awful flat top haircut.
Did he have the little rat
dreads.
tail, too? Did he have the rat tail or no?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I don't think he still has a flat top.
Yeah, he got dreads.
I don't know. He's with the Knicks.
All right.
Yeah. So for like a couple years in a row, he was getting like these vet minimum deals, which added up to be about $12 million. So he is suing Rich Paul for that $58 million, which should have made up that $70 million that apparently he was told by Rich Paul and Clutch Sports to decline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
So he must have this in writing, right? Because you got to prove that they did this, right?
And so,
no.
As much as I don't like Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, I watched their Undisputed, And Shannon Sharp gave the unique perspective from a player's standpoint of, hey, the agent, while their expertise is in the contracts and getting you as much money as they can and getting you on the right team that you want, they still work for the player.
Yeah.
So the agent can advise you to do one thing, but it's still the player's decision on whether you want to accept or decline. So yeah, the agent could say you're $100 million. You could lie to him and be like, you're worth $200 million. We're going to get you that John Wall contract, $47 million. And if the player believes it, is that on the agent? Is that on the player to decline that multi-year offer? Now, if I'm Nerlens Noel, I'm looking at a multi-year offer, $70 million. What are you doing declining? You take that shit.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that too came from after the Mavericks. He signed that minimum deal, like you're saying, with the Thunder.
Yeah.
And then declined the second-year option to be a free agent.
Yeah.
And then didn't get any of the offers.
Now, did he not get any?
So this is where the controversy is,
Right.
because what Noel is saying is that Rich Paul and Clutch weren't taking any other, weren't either able to be in communication with any other teams. So this comes from, and this is kind of has a weird Sixers aspect. So what they're saying is, and this is a quote from Sports Blog, Noel allegedly learned from Brett Brown, who was coaching the 76ers at the time, thank God he's gone, that the Sixers front office had been trying to reach out to contact Paul to bring him back on a big, like, not a vet minimum contract, like a longer extended contract for more than years. I think it was 3 years or something. But they were saying that they couldn't get any sort of communication back from his agency. And that, in addition, like, that was also the purported case with the other teams.
Right.
That's where the controversy is coming from.
He's saying that the Clippers as well as the Rockets tried to reach out to Rich Paul and Clutch Sports to sign him on a contract, and they didn't hear back from him. They never heard back. So he's suing him on like this mismanagement.
Was that the same year LeBron went to the Lakers?
I don't know.
2019.
Was it 2019?
1920? No, it was
18 that he went to the
18, yeah.
Lakers,
So no,
right?
he would already been on there.
Okay.
But yeah, so when I was researching this, I'm looking up like, okay, who's all of his agents, or who's all of Rich Paul's clients?
I mean,
clearly
there's a
LeBron's the big one.
Pretty hefty amount of people on that list.
Anthony Davis is
Ben
another big one.
Simmons.
Now, Anthony Davis, on the other hand, was trying to make the move from New Orleans to the Lakers.
Oh.
That was, I think, 2019.
Somebody
Yeah,
was
same
busy.
Yeah, because then 2020 was when they won the championship.
Correct.
So, right. So is it a mismanagement of players, or is it Rich Paul just taking care of his big clients?
I mean, yeah, but you also have a fiduciary, like, responsibility to go after the best things for your, like, irregardless of your time, like, you have...
Yeah, you gotta really...
You're responsible for getting the players as much money as possible.
You gotta really look at the root of that word, douche. Right.
And there we go! We're off the rails again!
Rich Paul, dude. I mean, listen.
So it's crazy, though, because, you know, I found an article from 2020, not even recent article.
That's what a lot of it was.
That was claiming Rich Paul was doing mismanagement for his lesser players, which, like, I know that the star players, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, are top 5 players in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, they're going to get special treatment.
Yeah.
But, like you said, you need to take care of everyone if you're representing.
But also, the argument could... I mean, if I was Rich Paul, I would say, listen, you could have fired me at any time. You have the option to say, take $70 million.
Right.
Which is a fair statement. Granted, he's also supposed to offer him, like, advice as your agent. Like, that's what your agent does. He's not your financial manager. He's your agent. He's supposed to go out and get you deals. Listen, if you don't, I'm just telling you, like, maybe we could get a bigger deal if we waited. Granted, he didn't think he was going to bust his thumb up and miss 42 games, but like,
you play 82 games, you're a $100 million guy. You know, you play 40, you're a $4 million guy.
I mean,
like,
it's just crazy that, I mean, even if basketball contracts are so wild that guys like him could still get like $100 million. Like, if he had a decent enough season, like he was putting up like 8, 8, and 8 for the Mavs, and they're like, all right, $70 million. Like,
That's
so
big.
that I know,
That's
but
$18 million a year.
Right, correct. As opposed to the at that time the 3.5 that you ended up getting paid and got paid this season.
And instead, they signed Powell to an equally horrific deal.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So I guess I don't know. Is this on Nerlens Noel for? Like, does this lawsuit have any? Does it have any ground? Will it hold up in court?
I think it'll be interesting to see what they say because, all right, so let's say he wins this lawsuit.
Who?
Nerlens Noel.
Okay.
Let's say Noel wins the lawsuit. They find him liable, Clutch Sports liable for $58 million. Well, then everybody's going to sue him for... You could be Dennis Schroeder and say, listen, they gave me the same advice, and now I'm signing a vet minimum again. I turned down $80 million contract. But I don't... If I'm the court, I'm probably going to say, listen, you are also responsible for this. He does not control what happens to you. You could have taken that deal.
He works for you.
Yes, right. The only thing that I could see them making like a reasonable argument was saying that we didn't even know of any offers because he takes the phone calls. You know, we're not.
Right.
I'm not in charge of that. I pay this person to do that. He's basically,
right,
putting me at an odd spot. Where
maybe
where
that's what you need to find out is maybe he doesn't get $58 million because he's acting as his advisor, but he's not acting as him.
Right, correct.
So he can tell him take the deal, don't take the deal.
Yep.
It's still on Nerlens Noel to say yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
But if in the following couple of years there were big offers on the table, those is what you should be looking for.
And those,
but were those real offers? Like,
Sure.
did the Rockets have?
Right.
Did the Sixers have a dollar amount?
For sure.
Was it $50 million, or was it like, hey, we want to sign him to a vet minimum? Are you interested in switching teams?
And I think he would argue that it is still his job to present me with those options.
Right. So him missing out on a couple of contracts
Yep.
would be what Rich Paul is mismanaging.
For sure.
I don't know if the $70 million contract is all on Rich Paul.
Right,
because Nerlens Noel had to tell him, don't take the deal.
The hard dollar amount seems a little squirrely to me. It would be hard to say, like, well, he told me not to take it. Well, if it's candy and nuts, people tell me a lot of things, and I still do shit differently. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. But it will be interesting to see. Like, it's definitely something we'll keep an eye on. Just to see, like, oh, man.
So now,
then any agent could get sued because there would be precedent.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'd start seeing in all these contracts between agents and players of like, hey, not liable for any deal that you say yes or no to, or I'm acting solely as an advisor. It's the final decision is still up to you.
Right, exactly.
So I don't see this lawsuit holding any water because he's an agent. He works for the player, and if the player says no, he can't say yes.
It's just funny when all of LeBron's dudes are like kind of in some shit. I just love that.
Well, that's the thing. So like
that's kind of why
with Nerlens Noel coming out saying, "Hey, he mismanaged me," and then there was a couple other players. I think Shabazz Muhammad was one of them. I can't remember the third one, but there was two other players that said, "Hey, you mismanaged me," and they were all like. They weren't superstars. They were like mid-level to the lower level of like role players.
Yeah. Still, I mean, you should still get
like
representation.
Those kind of players aren't going to want to go to Rich Paul.
Sure.
Now, as I'm looking at his clients, he's got a ton of people on the Lakers.
Yep.
He's got a ton of people on the 76ers.
Yep.
And then a few sprinkled in.
Yeah.
So, to me, I see Rich Paul just trying to like have an entire Lakers team, an entire Sixers team. I don't want to deal with anyone else signing on any other team. I got my team in the East. I got my team in the West.
Right.
If I win a championship, I win a championship.
Yeah, but again, that's not why he's doing good. That's not what is.
But could that be why he's mismanaging it? Is he's only paying attention to these two teams?
It's possible. I mean, if those are his biggest money makers, then obviously.
Because I mean, I looked, and there's a lot of his clients are on one-year deals.
For sure, a ton.
Like Montrezl Harrell should not be making $10 million. On
That's fair.
the Clippers,
Yeah.
he was averaging 18 points.
Yep.
18 points, 8 rebounds, and you only got him $10 million?
Yeah, it's crazy.
For the Wizards? Wizards paid $50 million to John Wall.
Yeah, just John Wall, who's barely gonna play.
Yeah.
If
He tore his Achilles
yeah,
walking down the stairs.
If
Come on.
he even plays.
Now, that brings up a good question. If he is, going according to LeBron James' bidding, like, hey, I need to move some of these players to get other players to this team, and I need to manipulate the situation of the team roster.
Well, so
Full
that
conspiracy.
well, that brings up a whole conspiracy that you don't want to discredit the guy because he's clearly really good at what he does, and he's LeBron James's agent. Like he's not going to do wrong by LeBron James, but
those guys have also
this guy. Do
been
you
friends
know
for
how LeBron James
decades.
met Rich Paul?
How?
Anyone?
Tell me.
I don't know. I
Rich
know
Paul
it's a
was
weird
selling
story.
jerseys
Oh,
on
okay.
the street.
There you go.
And
Perfect.
LeBron James met him, thought he was a cool guy, brought him into his inner circle, and he took off from there. So he could be an incredible salesman, and he is. He's one of the most powerful agents in
all sports.
NBA going into the NFL. So, I mean, he clearly just kind of needed a break, but he got his break from LeBron.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
100%.
to Tharp's point, is he doing LeBron's bidding of, like, is LeBron pulling all the strings of, hey, like, I want this player on my team, I want this player, hey, go get this guy to be your agent and bring him over.
I mean,
Convince him that the Lakers is the right
that's
team.
what's a lot
Who doesn't
of
want to play with LeBron James? Everyone.
Well, that's what they always used to say about the Olympic teams too. So that's where the superstars go. We have the same agent, we go on the same team. We do the Kawhi and Kevin Durant thing.
So is this a product of LeBron James trying to pull the strings, or is this a product of the
it
agent of the best player in the league
Yeah.
just happens to be popular?
It makes for that's something about it too. I mean, it makes for a better story if it's LeBron, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
because that would be honestly like the first like black mark on LeBron's legacy of just like pulling all the strings.
The leaving for Miami thing is like the biggest. This decision.
Yeah.
LeBron's got some black marks on his
No,
face.
but he came back, went to Cleveland, won a championship
whatever.
that turned the black mark into like a gray mark. Like you got a shitty eraser on one of those
He's
dollar store
unpopular
pencils.
with a large portion. People love him, people don't like him. He's very polarizing. But he's done some career things where like, really, dude? Come on.
But in general, he's still a good guy. Like you look at him, he's like, all right, he's
Is
a
he
good
a
guy.
good guy? Do you know?
Well, I don't know. Is he pulling the strings behind Rich Paul?
I don't know. Does he do a lot of philanthropy work? Yes, LeBron, good guy.
He literally started
Does
an
he
entire school and transportation to the school.
I always think of like the thing that always gets me with LeBron is when the Daryl Morey controversy was going on, where Daryl Morey tweeted out like democracy for Hong Kong, and they asked LeBron about it, who obviously has giant financial interests like in shoe deals and TV marketing deals and things.
Because Nike still uses
I need
child
to-
labor.
He needs to check his facts. The guy's like a MIT PhD in like mathematics. I'm sure he freaking knows it. So, is LeBron a communist? That's also a question. we should
That's
ask him.
what we came here to talk about. Tharp, take it away.
No, I just think
Conspiracy theory?
it's a good conspiracy theory, and it does make you wonder, like, if LeBron is close to the biggest agent in all of basketball, who represents the biggest talents. Obviously, I mean, it does seem kind of like front-running from a perspective, but, I mean, it's who's to say? Also, guys might just want to play with the best player in the league, so there's something to say about that.
Yeah. Best player in the league and possibly one of the worst shooters in the league in Ben Simmons.
True. Terrible. Want him off my team. So.
Okay.
Before we move on, can we discuss your T-shirt, Brian? So there's a big circle. There's a Venn diagram.
Why?
There's a tree. It looks like
It's
a
been bugging me since
a
we walked in.
southwestern tree, and then some mountains with some stars above it. Could you describe what is going on here?
Who are you in that T-shirt? Huh?
What's with the Venn diagram?
This Venn diagram shows unity,
Yeah.
Okay.
and the tree is all about Mother Nature.
Did you join a cult?
And we got this mountain that's also about the environment and nature. You got a big circle around it to just be like,
Just
hey,
bring it together.
care about nature.
Tarp loves
And if you
orbs.
have any further questions, you can go talk to Target because they're selling the shirt, and I looked at it, and it was black, and
And you said.
So what you mean by
And
that
that's
is
my
Taylor bought it
khakis.
for you.
Yes, she did.
There.
Actually, she did. She
Brian's
bought it
wife
for
bought him a
it
t-shirt.
was Christmas present. She goes, "Hey, here's a T-shirt by a specific brand that you like. I'm not going to name them unless they're a sponsor." So there you go. You know what? You
Fair
want to
enough.
discuss my T-shirt?
No
We
free
can-
ad
we can
space.
discuss.
All right, let's move on.
All right, so we can move on to. You know what? We're going to stay on topic with the 76ers.
No, I'm not ready.
We're going to stay on topic with the 76ers and the NBA. After this, we're going to talk a little bit of football, but we're going to do NBA heavy. And what we're going to talk about is Ben Simmons and a few other people. Was this NBA offseason a dud?
Felt like a dud.
Ben Simmons was supposedly on the trade market for 2 months.
Hey, you know what?
And
Fuck
where is he now? Still on the 76ers.
I can't defend this guy anymore.
What do you mean you can't defend him?
I can't defend him anymore.
He's your best player.
Stop. I will come across the table and
Dude,
get you.
Ben Simmons, you know what? I misspoke
If you
20
say
minutes
one
ago.
good
Ben
thing about
Simmons
Nope.
is the process.
Stop.
Embiid, get out of here.
No.
Get
That's
out of
the
here.
dumbest thing I've ever heard. Joel Embiid is Philadelphia. Philadelphia is Joel Embiid. They're one and the same.
See, I think you mean to say Danny DeVito.
First of all,
Ooh.
relax. No, it's dumb. I'm sick of Ben Simmons. You know what? Hey, don't score like no points in a playoff game. I'm sick of that. Also, you got a dunk in front of you. Take the dunk.
Pass.
Win game
Pass.
5.
It's a pass first game.
It's not a pass first game. You're supposed to be a superstar who can score in transition because you can't shoot. And then you know what really pisses me off about this guy? He spends all summer posting to Twitter of him shooting threes in camp.
Draining them.
Threes. Just
Like
taking
multiple in
them.
a row.
Just trying to raise
These-
that trade stock.
Yeah,
Just-
these weren't like cut. You saw it was a fluid video. He had like 5 in a row, something like that.
Hey, that guy can get fucked. Okay? He can! I'm sick of that shit.
Dude, lefties are good shooters.
Oh.
Everyone knows that.
I haven't even talked to anybody on the team since the end of the playoffs. Cool, dude. No one wants you here. Go away. Go to Portland because Chauncey Billups is like, hey, Dame, get fucked, buddy. We haven't done one thing for you. Dame needs to be in Philadelphia. Ben needs to be anywhere else. I don't even give a fuck.
But there's been so many.
I don't want him on
There's
this.
been so
I
many rumors.
don't
and
even want him in camp.
There's been so many rumors. Just so many. This person said this person said this. But really, who's like the biggest star that's moved?
Nobody.
Like
Lowry?
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it.
But he's definitely on the decline. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the player
yeah.
he
No.
was even 2 years ago, 3 years ago when they won the
He's-
championship.
Barely a star.
I would rather have Dragic, to tell you the truth.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's a
Even
better
after
scorer
the-
than Lowry.
Even after the knee?
Oh yeah, the knee.
I mean, I would take Lowry just because he's won a championship. Dragic hasn't done shit.
Mm.
I mean, they went
I
to
mean,
the,
he's
they
been a
went
good-
to the
he's been a good
finals.
player.
Yeah, he's a
He was
decent
also
player,
hurt
but
during the
I'd
finals.
rather take I'd rather take a declining Lowry than
I would
a
too.
declining Dragic.
Yeah, Dragic is like
Dragic is
33,
mid-30s
right?
too,
Yeah,
yeah.
33, 34. I would take Lowry anyway.
Yeah,
Lowry's what, 36?
yeah, he's old too.
He's
He's
pretty
up
old.
there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
3-year, $30 million deal?
Yep.
Is that what it is? 10 mil a year? But 10 mil isn't terrible. But
No.
3
3 years.
years is terrible.
30. 3-year, 30 per year.
Per year?
At $90
Oh
million?
my god.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't
Is that what
realize
it was?
Yeah,
90.
here, I'll double check. I'll fact check
Double check those facts. So I got a couple other trades.
I hope we got 90
I got a couple other trades we could talk about to see like which one was the biggest
Yeah.
because I don't know if this is every single off season, but it seems like there's so much hype for it, so many like rumors.
3-year, 85.
Oh my god. Okay, that's way too. That's
I
way too.
almost
You
fell
know
out.
what?
I literally almost fell out of my chair.
I'll take Dragic over that. Fuck that.
Those numbers are ridiculous. That's the fucking dumbest
He's gonna be
shit.
40.
I hate basketball contracts. And they're like, it's a reasonable deal.
You know what? They always, and this is what really pisses me off about literally all the American sports, is that the players always get paid for what they've done and not what they're going to do.
I mean, that's with anything, though.
No. Soccer in Europe and all over the world, you get paid what you're going to do. You don't get paid by what you've done.
I don't know, dude. That's...
There's very few exceptions that get paid that loyalty thing.
So you must have really liked Chris Paul's contract.
Chris Paul's contract, he lived up to the contract.
It's like a tad bit more than Lowry.
He lived up
but he's
to
a
the
couple
contract
years
last
older.
year.
Yeah, he is older.
Look, if he has another year like he did this year, then he's fully lived up to his contract.
How many more years does he have in his contract?
This is his last year.
Right.
Didn't
he re-sign
He declined it.
Yes.
Re-signed at $30 million a year for 3 years.
3 more
He'll
years.
be 39 by the time this contract's up.
Look, that dude, every single year, I think Chris Paul, he's done.
I do too.
Every year, I think.
Year.
Okay,
I always
Chris
love being
Paul's
surprised
declining.
too.
And then, like, he's on the Clippers. It's like, okay, here it is. He had a mediocre season.
Yep.
Here it is.
Now the cliff
here's
comes.
here's the cliff.
Here's the cliff.
And not from State Farm. Here's the real cliff that Chris Paul's going to fall off. And then he goes on to the Suns, and they're in the fucking finals. Led by him.
Yeah,
Now,
true.
not every single game was him. He started definitely, actually, after his COVID thing, he started.
The COVID thing was such bullshit, too. Everything that can go wrong in a basketball career happens to Chris Paul.
Yeah.
There is no easy road for that guy. Ever,
So
ever,
he got the
never.
COVID thing, and then he really wasn't the same after that.
Nope.
After that diagnosis, but he got them to the finals. Obviously, Devin Booker was a huge part of that, and
Well, that and fuck, what I always forget his name. Who's their center? Ayton. I always get him Bam Adebayo mixed up, and then Ayton just got mentally fucked by that block, and I think it was Game 3.
Yeah.
And then they just figured it out. They're like,
honestly, to me,
entire
what it showed is just there were veterans playing against young guys, first
For
time
sure.
there.
For sure.
Okay, we
Monty
got off
Williams
track.
was like, "Hey, bro, it's okay. We're up by 40. Why are you crying?"
All right, so trades that happened that maybe you can decide for yourself if this offseason was a dud or
It felt
was
duddy to me.
good. So we got Lowry going to the Heat. Pelicans swap Valanciunas
Yep.
for Adams. There was a couple other picks in there, mediocre players.
I could rant for 30 minutes on how the Pelicans just fucked it up.
Yeah.
So they got Valanciunas, and Valanciunas
Just
is a
begging
good stretch
Zion
five.
begging Zion to go to New York. Please
Well,
go.
that's why they did the trade. 'Cause it's like,
Please
okay,
go to the Knicks. We're
Adams
not doing
is in the center.
anything for you.
They let Ball walk for nothing.
So
Nothing.
no, it was a sign and trade.
Well, what did they get?
Wait, did
A
that
second
trade-
rounder
Did that
and Satoransky.
But did that trade
He's
go?
not
Wait,
bad.
Did that trade not go through?
No, that trade went through.
Oh, it did, because I know the league was looking at it.
They
far as I know,
are
it
looking
went
at it,
through.
and they're looking at the Lowry.
Yeah, the Laurie one I know they were looking at too, but that one feels less dirty to me than the Ball one. But I mean, at the end of the day, you do get Scataransky.
And, I mean, they could.
I mean, he's okay. Lonzo
He's-
Ball isn't a superstar. Like, I don't know.
He
why
was he was a
people are treating him-
restricted free agent, so they could sign him
Yeah,
even
that's the
if
thing.
the Bulls offered him whatever deal. You know, New Orleans could have matched it
Yep,
and
for
said, "Fuck you."
Okay,
we're
but
gonna
are
keep
you
Ball."
really going to pay Lonzo as much money as the Chicago Bulls are
I
gonna
will
pay?
say this to Lonzo, though. He has steadily improved every year he's been in the league. Now, granted, his shooting is still not amazing, but he's still up in the 30s. For
Well, no
percentage.
shit. When he's running with Brandon Ingram and Zion, his assist numbers are going to go through the roof.
I'm talking about his shooting numbers, too, though. Let's not be fair. Like, I like him. That the Bulls... The
Well, it
thing
helps
with
when you shoot from the center of your body and not
That's
the
true.
whole left other
That's
side
true.
of your arm. When he's a
Um,
right-handed shooter, he shouldn't be shooting from the left side of his head.
I understand. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I like that. I like that one. That one to me is fun. I like him in Chicago.
It's okay. I mean, it's okay to me.
If I'm
I don't,
Zion,
I
I'm
don't
like,
think
come
that Lonzo is some superstar. I
Satoransky.
think he's okay. I think Satoransky's a lesser player than Lonzo, but I think he's still okay.
Yeah, Satoransky kind of ass, though.
Okay. Well, okay.
He's not
so,
bad. I'm just saying, like, if that was like the Pelicans' big offseason move, I would be like, really, Satoransky?
Well, that's what Zion is saying. He's
right,
like, really,
exactly.
this is
They're
all
just
you give
pushing
me?
him to go to the Knicks.
Like, okay, thanks. You re-signed Brandon Ingram. What else?
It was time for them to empty the fucking coffers and get
for
some
sure.
veteran help.
But the pool of
We
vets
trade away
was-
Drew Holiday and get Eric Bledsoe. Oh, guess what? Here's another trade. Eric Bledsoe traded.
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't
It's just there, but there also wasn't a lot of big names out there this free agency. Like a lot of that would be next year and the year after.
You know what? You know what though? They always say that because there's so many people like Kawhi Leonard who always signs these dumb 1 year,
I don't wanna be tied
2 year
down.
deals with a player option in the second year. So it's like, oh shit, Kawhi Leonard on the free agent market he declined, but it's like, nope, just another 1 year contract.
Yeah. I'm done with Kawhi.
By coffers, I mean
He's not gonna
unload
play
those
this year.
draft picks.
He's gonna be hurt the whole year.
Who's that?
Kawhi.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's out.
Why?
He's out literally the entire year.
Yeah, they're paying him $30 million to sit on the
Sit.
bench
What? Wait,
next year.
he's injured?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What happened? I didn't
hold
see
on.
this.
Let me get you this.
Kawhi?
Yeah.
in the
He
playoffs.
he had surgery.
Oh, he's out for all next year?
yeah,
Oh, what the fuck? Why'd they sign him?
yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He had.
It's kind of like a
Yeah.
Durant
He
thing.
tore his ACL. Remember?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And all right. He might not be out the whole year.
So
but
Paul George has got to get him into the playoffs,
Yeah.
and then Kawhi's back.
playoff B.
Which, like, you're never going to come back day one from an Achilles injury and be 100%.
No. So he's.
It's
I
a
don't know,
knee,
That just is.
not an
Or,
Achilles.
I'm sorry, ACL. ACL.
Yeah, something like that.
It's his ACL. Yeah, it's partially torn. But I mean, he takes nights off anyway. He's gonna be like, bitch.
Yeah.
Send me the.
This
checks.
is the perfect season for Kawhi.
Yeah.
He gets to do load management the entire year and get paid. Instead of playing 40 games, he gets to play 0.
0 at the same price.
All right. So Eric Bledsoe from the Pelicans to the Grizzlies, and then the Grizzlies traded Eric Bledsoe to the Clippers for Pat Beverly.
Yep.
Which to me,
I
I was like,
I kind of.
that's
like
a
that.
cool deal. Pat Beverly on that Memphis Grizzlies team.
Yeah, kind of.
Pat Bev then tweets out, "Grit and grind, let's go."
Yep.
Guess
Which
what?
is-
Grizzlies
which is-
traded him away.
Yep. I was about to say, and then he
And
got
it's like,
traded.
dude, Pat Beverly was a great fit on
it
your
would have
team.
been perfect.
John Morant taking all of the offense, Pat
Yep.
Beverly doing the defense.
Yep.
Where's
Good.
Beverly at now?
Traded to the T-Wolves.
T-Wolves.
Oh yeah.
So he
that's
gets
right.
straight to the T-Wolves,
That's right.
and now Pat Bev, I'm calling it. I'm calling my shot. Defensive Player of the Year, because he's going to be the only person playing defense on that team.
Okay.
And he's just gonna call D'Angelo Russell a pussy.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna call Cat a little bitch.
It's going to be Jimmy Butler all over
He's
again,
gonna be
'cause
like, "Oh,
Pat
your
Beverly
mom
is
died.
such
That's
a
cool.
hard
Let's
ass.
get back on D.
Yeah.
Thanks."
Yeah, he's such a hard ass. He's going to do the same thing Jimmy Butler did. And just like call them all. Just
I don't know if anybody can do exactly what Butler did to that team.
he tore
Let's
mentally.
see. I don't know if they could do that.
I
But
did
the-
this rant in our group chat that was just like ripping Karl Anthony Towns because I think
he's
so
a bust.
bad.
I hate him.
He's so bad.
He's terrible.
He
I'm
just
gonna be an
gets
all-star.
stats. Yeah, he gets 25 points, 10 rebounds, 12 rebounds, whatever. Like he gets points. But what does that do?
He's a non-entity.
He's Andre Drummond with a jump shot.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
true. 100%.
He does nothing for his team.
You
He does
just,
nothing
just
for his
crawl up in his mind whenever you feel like it, and just like
team. Yeah.
get him to lose. You know?
Look. I would love to just have Jimmy Butler
I-
mic'd up every single time the
100%.
Heat played the.
100%. I love that my favorort part of the Butler story is he just made like Karl Anthony Towns just cry at practice. Dude, come on! Unfortunately you're an all-star every year. Like, sorry, someone wants to make you better.
Because he's the only person on
I'm
that
sick
team.
of that whole T-Wolves team.
And like
The
they
T-Wolves,
act like
everybody kind of loves the T-Wolves too because of Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
And every single time they have an opportunity to do anything smart, they're like, D'Angelo Russell was the answer.
Dude, that was I lost my mind at that trade. It
doesn't-
happened a
it's
couple years ago. It's
still
like,
terrible.
look, they were last in the league, and they get D'Angelo Russell, and they're acting like, oh shit, bringing the Kentucky band back together.
Yeah.
Where's Devin Booker?
Calipari is just massaging his nipples.
Devin Booker's coming to the Timberwolves.
No,
and Devin
he's
Booker's like,
not.
I'm
I'm
not. I'm staying in Phoenix where we're going to the finals.
Finals.
Where are you guys at? Top
Yeah.
5 in the draft every single year.
And then they give up that pick to the Suns which ends up being what's the center's
You mean Golden
name?
State?
Yeah, Golden State. Excuse me.
Yeah, but they traded 2 first-rounders
Yes,
to
correct.
Golden State.
What is the fucking center's
Wiseman?
name that they drafted? Thank you, Wiseman.
But he's
Probably the wrong guy that they drafted, but you never know.
I think the Wiseman pick was actually Golden State.
Was
And I
it?
think
Sure.
their first rounder this year, which
You're
was
right.
Kaminga.
You're right. You're correct.
And I think it was top 3
Top 3
protected.
protected.
well, Kaminga's a good pick.
Kuminga is good.
So far, we need to see him actually
for
play.
sure.
But so far, he seems like a
That
good
just
pick.
seems
He's a
to me
good
like the
prospect.
Suns had the tiny window and it just opened back up again. That's just what that seems to me.
The Warriors.
Oh, Warriors. God, I keep saying the Suns.
Wiseman
All right.
needs to get better for that window
100%.
to go up.
And Draymond needs to trade.
All right, next trade. Let's see. We got Pat Babs. Okay, so back to the Bulls. They got Lonzo.
Yes, I like that.
They also got a sign and trade
Yep.
with DeRozan.
Yes, I like
What does that do, though?
I like
What does
it.
that do?
It
They
gets
got
you-
Lonzo, who's not going to put him over the top.
I like
Then
it.
they get DeRozan, not going to put him over the top.
I know, but it's kind of fun.
They might make the playoffs.
Yes.
He's just...
They could be a 5 seed. Come on! That's fun for them!
Oh, my
It's
God.
not... Listen.
This is Michael Jordan's old team. The one that
Hey,
won
dude,
6
DeMar.
championships.
The more
One
I
of the
say it, the
premier
more I like it.
markets in the NBA. And they go DeMar DeRozan.
They go...
You know what?
No,
Fuck it.
they
Bring
don't go...
Rudy Gay to the team, too.
They-
Let's just go
they
get the
don't
Spurs
go
garbage.
DeMar DeRozan, they go, first we need Lonzo.
Let's get someone who can't shoot. Okay, all right. Who next?
That's
Who
not
next?
fair. He's been a better shooter.
You know what? Let's get someone who can only shoot within 10 feet of the basket.
All right, that's fair.
It's like
You
they
know
did
what? While we're at it, let's re-sign Zach LaVine, who specialty shooting 10 feet within the basket
And dunking.
and dunking. Yeah.
The guy can dunk.
Oh, and by the way, you know what? Lauri Markkanen,
I was about to
you're
say.
gonna be our premier 3-point shooter
If he resigns.
if he resigns.
I always thought that they should have got
Qualifying offer, probably.
who's the guy from Magic?
Vucevic.
Vucevic. I thought that would have been sweet.
They got him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm saying it's sweet.
yeah. I mean, okay, he can shoot from 35%.
He's their best 3-point shooter. Is they're big.
Yeah, they're doing this all backwards. They're power forward. and
They
their
are
center
definitely doing it right now.
Are their shooters?
Yeah,
So like,
they've
all
done
right,
it.
we're gonna take 1 through 3, drive to the basket. 4 and 5, you better stand your ass outside, wait for the kick out, and shoot the 3.
Yeah.
No one can block a center's 3-point shot. Well, let's just do that.
It's like they...
You know what? Fuck rebounding.
Hey, dude.
Why
they
do we
got-
need that?
They got Alex Caruso too. Okay, let's relax.
Stop
got that
it.
D.
Yeah,
Stop
got
it.
that
Come
D.
on. Stop it.
Come
Got
on.
that D. You know, it's almost like they saw that that D Wade signing that they had a few years back with Butler and
Which was
Rondo.
also garbage.
So terrible.
You know,
Again,
like,
let's grab 3
it's
people.
the same
who
GM.
can't
It's the
shoot.
same GM.
It is the same GM.
That's literally the exact same 3 players. Like you have Dwayne Wade, Zach LaVine, and Rondo. Okay, it's the same 3 players as Lonzo equals Rondo. You got Zach LaVine still in there, and is it Zach? Yeah, and
Yeah.
then Dwayne
DeRozan.
Wade and DeRozan.
I mean, they don't even really have
It's
great
like-
young players. Like they have Kobe White, who's not bad. They have fucking Javonte Green and like Devin Dotson and just like
Valentine.
Yeah, Valentine. Yeah.
But those don't move the needle. Like Kobe White, if they give him some kind of like leeway, but bringing in Lonzo completely.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm
stops
saying.
his
Like
production.
there's no good development from there.
So it's like why would you bring in Lonzo if you have Kobe White? Kobe White is the main guy who's going to
You
run
just
your
cut
own.
off his development.
I don't know. I feel
Unless
like
they don't have faith in him.
management
We're
was
like-
just looking at it and going, "All right, come on, we can do this."
They're like-
it's not a championship team, but it's a playoff team.
They're like Sadaransky or Ball. I'll take Ball.
We've seen what we get with Sadaransky. We know him. I don't know, dude.
But
That
like
says
you
a
keep
lot.
the backup point guard instead of getting a potential starter when you already have your starters. You had a first round draft pick that you drafted in the top 10.
It's just a wonky team. Like when you look at it, when you look at it on paper, okay, you're like, all right, it's like a 6. It's an 8 to at most 5.
You know what? The
You know what I'm
Bulls
saying?
have an entire team of players that can be traded with picks for a superstar.
True. That's true.
That's who I see.
That's
There's
fair.
a bunch of guys that would be killer role players on championship teams.
Let's get Anthony Davis. He's from Chicago.
Yeah, I don't think Rich Paul would like that.
Probably not.
Mm.
LeBron would be like, but why?
Whoa, I can't have another superstar on an East Coast team. I got the 76ers.
Yeah.
That's where AD can go. Nowhere else.
Ben Simmons can eat shit. It just
All right.
needs to be reiterated.
All right, so I don't know if this moves the needle for you guys, but Knicks trading for Fournier, does that do anything?
I mean,
didn't they just sign him? Wasn't it just
Yeah,
a
they
straight up
traded
sign?
trades.
Yeah.
It was like $20-some million a year for
Yeah.
like 4 years.
Is he worth that? Does that
I
really,
think it's worth it
like
to
the
them.
Knicks were
I
already
think
a
it's-
playoff team
yeah.
to me, luckily, but does that help?
They needed scoring.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Does he bring
that? Not really.
He's
but
he
it's not
could be a
terrible.
20-point
Yeah, I was
scorer,
gonna
I
say
think,
20
if the
points.
ball was fed through him properly.
It's an interesting thing because you look at the Knicks team and that they signed like 6 power forwards and everyone's like, what is happening? And then
You
you're
know
like,
Thibodeau loves
Yeah.
his power forwards.
Tom was like, we can make this work. Suicides first and last. But I mean, they are a playoff team. They had a fun season. Again,
They got Rose back.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is
Stop it.
3 year, 10 mil. Let's go.
That's a good contract.
that's actually
10 mil per year.
That's not a good
that's
contract.
that's bad.
You gotta say that per year before it just
You
starts
guys-
taking
you keep-
Yeah, my
takes.
bad.
You keep
bad,
honey
my
dicking
bad.
Brian with those good contracts.
I'm like, wow, 3 million,
I look
3
at
years,
that-
10 million. That's not bad at all for Derrick Rose.
I look at that and I go, all right, that's a piece that probably gets you maybe a playoff series win. Maybe.
Okay, like, does it? Because like, if that puts them into 4th seed,
I don't think it puts them. Let's not get crazy. I'm thinking like
I mean,
I'm
we're
thinking like
talking-
6 or 5 at like the very best.
well, they need to be the better team in that
I don't disagree.
seeding.
I don't
Because
disagree.
if they're in the 6 or 7,
Yeah, for sure.
that team's
We're
not
getting
going to
old.
beat Philly. That team's not going to beat Milwaukee. That team's not going to beat the Heat. You know, there's the top
Or the
3.
Nets.
Oh, completely forgot about the Nets.
The Nets.
So, I mean, there's your top 4 right there. They need to be better than one of those teams. Because if
What?
they play any of those 4...
Dare I say, the Bulls.
I mean, they have.
No. Dare I say, the Pistons.
Oh.
Pistons going for that 4 seed.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I don't know, dude. I mean,
Boston.
There's a lot of teams. Like, the Knicks...
They're not better than Boston.
Right. So, like, the Knicks were already
That's true.
on the lower end of that seeding. Just signing
But
Evan
they
Fournier
also
really
have.
put
But
them
they also
over.
got Kemba Walker too. Now, granted, Kemba's broken down and is still not that great. But again, there's pieces there that
Kemba
work.
Walker hasn't played a full season, man.
Again, I'm not. I'm just saying, and RJ Barrett hasn't been terrible.
Well, yeah, I think it benefits RJ Barrett to
100%.
have him not
Yes.
be the focal point.
Sure.
Because if we're
It just
looking
can't
at
be-
when
it
he
just
was
can't
playing on
happen.
Kentucky,
Yeah, it just can't happen.
Zion was the focal
Yeah.
point, and he thrived off of that.
He's just not that guy.
Yeah, he's not the guy. He's a guy.
Yeah,
but he's
for
not
sure.
the guy.
But again, I'm with you with Kimba. I'm not saying it's like the deciding factor. I'm just saying we are forgetting that, you know, it is post Boston Kimba, so it's not amazing, but it is still Kimba. Granted, when he's playing at a decent level,
They got him for practically nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, 'cause
exactly.
He
Too.
hasn't played at a decent level
Yeah.
in 2-3 years.
So I mean, they have some pieces there that's kind of fun. I mean, if I'm a Knicks fan, this is probably the best I've felt.
Since
in-
Carmelo Anthony.
I mean, since I thought I was going to get Kyrie and Kevin Durant. and then
Oops.
and then James Dolan was like, come to the Knicks. And they're like, wow, that guy's kind of a weird fucking guy.
A
huh?"
fiduciary.
Yeah, fiduciary. Dark's favorite word, fiduciary. Yeah, it's just, you know.
So no.
Again, it doesn't move the needle
It's
for me. But if I was a Knicks fan, I'd be like, okay, this could be worse.
I would be pissed if I was a Knicks fan. Because that $20 million for 4 years for Fournier,
It's so much money.
where are you going to go from here?
That's what I'm saying.
Fair.
Like
that's fair.
Like, that's a lot of money for someone who's not going to give them a ton of production.
You're locked in. RJ Barrett next year or the year after is going to get a max deal. You're
That's
going to be
true.
paying him $30 million. There's nowhere to go.
You're at the ceiling. Big three is now Fournier, Barrett, and Julius Randle.
And the ghost of Rose and Kemba.
Yeah. And Alec Burks in there.
Again, those are all...
I'm just saying he wasn't terrible. Whatever.
That's what those guys make me gag.
For sure.
What do I want?
But does
I wanted Derrick Rose.
But does New York really need a star?
Yes.
Didn't we already try this with Porzingis?
And Ewing.
And Ewing and Melo. It's like...
New York needs that solid team.
It's an interesting thing, like, if you trace it all back. The Melo deal was really just an absolute disaster zone.
Yeah. All right.
For them.
Last trade, and the biggest one.
Yeah.
Westbrook to the Lakers.
Wait.
That moves the needle for me.
Does it?
Yes.
That doesn't move the needle for me.
Lakers already won.
He's only the guy because LeBron's going to take every other game off, and they're going to be like, all right, Russ, this is your night to be the hero.
Lakers won a championship 2 years ago with Alex Caruso as their point guard. Mm-hmm. Rondo as a backup point guard.
Caldwell Pope,
who's still on the team, making $15 million.
He's not on the team.
On the Wizards.
Oh, he's not?
He's on the Wizards.
Oh, he got traded.
House release lifted. He can leave the state of California.
So, I mean, to me, adding Westbrook does move the needle. You got another 20 points. You got another 10 rebounds, 10 assists.
I mean, I look at it and it's fun on paper, but he's also on the wrong side of 30. He's also playing with a lot of dudes that are on the wrong side of 30, LeBron included.
Let's clarify. Not a ton of dudes. The most. This is the oldest average team in the history.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, I think the average age is 35.
Or if it's not the oldest team ever, it's the most signings of people.
I get it from a Lakers perspective because the guy...
Because they got Carmelo as well, but that was a signing. That wasn't a trade.
But the guy that is supposed to be like the younger person that is able to take the reins from LeBron is Anthony Davis, but in a weird kind of twist of fate. I mean, I have way more injury concerns if I'm the Lakers about Anthony Davis than I do about LeBron. And LeBron's going to be 37 soon.
Yeah.
Like, real close.
Honestly,
So,
the way LeBron's trending, I wouldn't be surprised if Anthony Davis retires before him.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're the Lakers... So I get I get when we say it moves the needle. Because on paper it makes sense. Like, you're going to need Russ. Because, to Russ's credit, tries hard, can still get you triple-doubles, will go hard on every possession, will play his ass off.
And pretty durable.
Durable, for sure. Again, is he a liability shooting the basketball? 100%. And you know, the criticism would be like, okay, how does this even work spacing-wise with those guys? Like, what does that even look like? But, again, you put it with LeBron. Like you're saying, they did just win a championship 2 years ago with odds and ends.
It was the COVID season where...
It's a little asterisk.
A broken down Heat team made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which, should they have been there? I don't think they were the best team in the East, but I mean they played their asses off. Jimmy Butler was banging Rachel Nichols, so I mean he
unconfirmed.
They got their way.
Did you see the way she blushed though?
Did you see the way that she got that other chick from ESPN to quit too? What was her name? Maria.
I don't know. I think
that was a crazy story. We should talk about that. Maybe not today, but
maybe not today. But it really moves the needle for me, and I think I
don't know.
As old as that Lakers team will be in the upcoming year, I think they're still the best chance to come out of the West. I don't think any other team can really put up against them because they really do have. To me, a really strong team that
I still like Denver.
As old as they are, they're not going to...
I like Denver.
It's about health for the Lakers.
It is.
I think if they would have had Davis and LeBron at full strength this offseason, things would have been different. The Suns would not have made the finals.
The playoffs, yeah.
You know,
I agree
with
that.
Because Anthony Davis was out, and then LeBron's out, and then Anthony Davis is out, and it's like they only had one person to rely on. And now you got, Carmelo Anthony's going to give you 10 points. He's not going to do much, but Russell Westbrook can drop 40 on any given night still. You know, he's
Just unleash him in the first 3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter take his reins back.
yeah. You're going to have to play the load management game, which
Yeah.
is as much as that sucks in today's NBA game. That's how you make these older players, you know, better in the playoffs.
That's
is
true.
You do the load management game.
True. No, and I'm not bashing the move. Like as a Laker, like if I'm running that team, I'm like, okay, we can use Russ to be a workhorse through the regular season. We're gonna use him on given nights to save LeBron, to save AD. He's gonna want to play hero ball because he loves that shit. You know, and that's not a criticism. I like
The days that both of them are playing,
Right.
Russ, you're passing the ball.
exactly.
There, you're getting your 20 assists.
I just
not
don't
20
know.
points.
I think like Tharp's saying, they're rolling the dice on health.
Yeah.
And trying to have a contingency plan. I mean, that's why they have all the vets. That's the move where the guys who have been and done it can say, okay, we can struggle through 10 games.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it, but I don't know. That's fun on paper. That's like if the like a 2K team in like 2010, I'd be like, whoa! You know what I mean?
Well, it is like the 2013 USA basketball team, right? You got
I mean, essentially.
Westbrook, you got Carmelo Anthony, you got
That's
LeBron, you got Davis, you got Dwight Howard.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's true.
Oh, I forgot they got him too.
Yeah.
Ah.
Dwight was a nice little piece for the Sixers too.
Yeah.
I like
Dwight,
that.
I think, is still a good contributor.
He's finally figured out what his career should have been the entire time. Like literally.
He's accepted his role now.
Yep, 100%. And if he would have done that earlier,
Lakers would have won a championship with him on
I agree.
the first time with Steve Nash.
Yep, 100%. I agree.
Steve Nash would have had a ring. God damn it.
I agree. Kobe wouldn't have to call himself.
All right, so after talking for 30 minutes on all those trades that happened,
It's true.
was this offseason a dud?
Yes.
I mean, like I would say in the beginning, if Kyle Lowry is the best free agent available, I mean, there's nothing there free agent wise in these trades other than the Westbrook
Chicago could
one.
have got Westbrook. He was on the table.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
That
but
still doesn't move the deal.
Sadaransky and a second round pick for Ball versus giving up the entire draft pick stock that you have accumulated, for Westbrook is.
I think we're just so used to the last few seasons,
Yeah.
like big pieces moving too, that this one felt kind of lame.
Lackluster.
Next year is supposed to be worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
next year is supposed
Worse?
to be real bad.
Yeah.
Because
Why?
everyone's on deals. All the big
There's
pieces
a
are on
couple
deals.
player options with some high level guys that are projected to
Yep.
either re-up with the same team or accept those deals. So.
I mean, you tell me I got to wait 2 years to get someone on the team for Kate Cunningham?
I mean, the best guy available next year is Bradley Beal by far.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll fucking take him.
If he's not traded
No.
beforehand,
He'll definitely get traded.
Yeah,
this year.
yeah.
If the Wizards
Ooh.
are smart. No, you know what the Wizards will do? They'll resign. They 100% will.
Hey, Wizards, you want Jeremy Grant?
I'll be like, hey, dude, Ben Simmons.
Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant's better than Ben Simmons.
No, he's not. That's
Yeah, he
ridiculous.
is.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard all day.
Oh, but Ben Simmons is so bad, you got to get him off
No.
your team.
I want him off my team because he's
Would
bad
you
with
trade
what we
Ben
need.
Simmons for Jeremy Grant?
Probably. Honestly, I would.
Give you some
You'd have
floor
to give-
spacing at
You'd have to
floor.
give me some. It would help space the floor, and I'd probably ask for draft picks. But if I would be like, yeah,
Jeremy Grant, I think, is like a better shooter, less physical than Tobias Harris. You'd have a very similar player in Tobias Harris and Jeremy Grant.
we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
Tobias.
That's
I know
The
that's
Tobias-
that would be funny.
It's
Is
a good
you'd have
analogy.
you just
The
you just
problem
have all
was we let Jimmy Butler go. We picked Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons over Jimmy Butler, and that was a mistake.
Well, I think Butler didn't choose you. So
Letting
you're,
him go for-
you're left with the second.
letting him go for nothing.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
But I think
gotta
we
get
could have
some.
got him. I think we could have kept him. I really do. I believe that.
I
Because
think you should have picked him over.
he was
Tobias,
fucking
to be honest.
headband rocking. Philly
The
loved
ninja
him.
headband.
Ninja headband.
Yeah.
Tight. Also, those are illegal in the NBA
Oh,
now
yeah.
because this league is fucking lame sometimes.
Safety reasons.
Adam Silver, get it together. You're not David Stern. You're supposed to be the fun guy.
He's compared to the other commissioners, he is the fun guy.
He's very player. He's the most player centric. out of anybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Easily. But
Yeah.
he knows. He knows.
Roger Goodell's all about them billionaires.
I mean, he works for them.
And I can't remember what the name of the
Gary
MLB.
Bettman?
Yeah, is that MLB?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, he's all about.
No, Bettman's for hockey. I have no idea who the Major League Baseball commissioner is. Probably some asshole.
The MLB guy's all about like.
It's Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner's all about just.
I always
the
forget that
game
Kevin
saying-
Costner's not the general manager for the Browns.
Do you also forget he's not a pitcher for the Tigers?
True.
Or he's not in the Field of Dreams.
Wasn't he on that Yankees game? Where's Kevin Costner? That's why I turned it on. You're telling me this is a real game, not the movie? Which, we're not going to talk baseball, but I watched a little bit of that game. It was pretty fucking cool.
That was
pretty
the
sweet.
best game the MLB could have hoped for in that field.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like baseball is so boring.
Yeah, it's
But
bad.
they had a good game. They literally went up to the. I would not be surprised if the commissioner comes up to both teams and goes, "Hey, we're gonna throw a lot of fastballs and they're gonna be right down the center. Let's get some fucking scoring."
I mean,
out in the corner.
it was the most watched baseball game in like 7 years.
That was kind of a cool concept, but I
I
don't
think
want to
they're-
talk too much baseball.
Neither do I. They're doing it every year now, though. of
Our
course.
viewers don't like it. Unless you do, let us know.
Hey,
I don't know.
but guess what? We don't like it either.
All right. Last topic we're going to talk about for today, and this episode, the comeback episode,
It's a doozy.
football.
Yes.
Football is starting back up.
We're in camp, baby.
We're in camp.
Fuck yeah.
First game of the season is second week of September?
First week of September.
First week of September. All right. So we're going to talk. We're going to set our expectations, playoff predictions for just the NFC today. Next week we'll do AFC. But NFC, we're going to talk a little bit of Lions. We're going to talk a little bit of Eagles.
Let's go, dude.
You know, we're going to set our playoff predictions. And you know what? We may just pick a Super Bowl winner. Is it
Today?
going to be the
We
Eagles?
play one game. We're
Is
talking
it-
about camp?
We haven't even played one game.
That's
we
what I'm
talked
saying.
preseason, and we may just be picking a Super Bowl winner.
Today?
It all depends on how you feel. You know, is the Super Bowl winner going to come from the NFC?
I mean, statistically, it has.
All right. So I was going to pull up all the teams on my laptop, but I don't have any internet access right now.
Uh-oh.
So, do we want to take a break? Do we need to take a break?
Yeah, we take a
We
break.
good?
I can get you signed
good?
another Wi-Fi, too.
All right, let's take a break.
Okay.
We'll cut it. We'll cut it. We'll cut it right now. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
All right. I have to go for sure.
All right, back from break.
Let's do it.
All right, we're talking NFL. I got Wi-Fi. I got the entire NFC conference in front of me. And now we're going to talk about it.
Are we going to go conference, or are we going to go division by division?
Division by division.
Yes.
And we're not going to skip around. Let's do it. Let's do it right.
All right.
And we'll do it right by listing off the best team in the conference, and that's the Dallas Cowboys.
I fucking hate you. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm just kidding.
I almost threw
On paper, maybe.
I almost puked in my mouth.
Comeback year for Dak.
It honestly might be, though. Like, it
Well,
makes
we
me...
could start in the
No,
NFC.
let's start in the north, and let's go down. Let's go north, south, east, west. Let's do that.
Okay. NFC North. Okay, so let's start with Vikings.
Kirk Cousins will get COVID, and they will not make
Kirk
the playoffs.
Cousins, who's been very adamant about not getting the vaccine. I'm not here to tell you to get it or not get it. Do whatever you want. You have your information.
But if you're going to get suspended, like if you get it and you have to forfeit a game, that's on you, dude.
Yeah, right. The rules of the NFL, if the team can't play the game due to COVID,
It's a loss.
They forfeit. No one gets paid,
Yep.
and it's a loss.
So, hey, Kirk.
So if I'm on his team,
Yourself?
I'm sitting him down. I go, "You're taking this shot.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck because that's going to mess with my paycheck."
Why won't he take the shot?
He's
crazy.
personal reasons.
Okay.
He won't give an exact reason.
My favorite press conference thing was when he's like, I could even go as far as being in some sort of structure. and he's doing
It's like a
he's
straight
literally-
Ricky Bobby
literally,
response.
yes, exactly. Literally, like, and he's doing this, putting himself in a box as he says that on a fucking podium. And all the reporters are like, you gonna be bubble boy like in the practice facility? Either way, no, they're bad.
So I mean, they have
good pieces. They have
good
Dalvin Cook.
pieces.
They have Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson. Their defense is not terrible, but always heard their offensive line is not great, and Kirk Cousins is not a good QB.
I think they're the favorites for this
There's
division. Is it division? No. What is it? Region? Conference? Division. It is division.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they finished second in the division last year
Yeah.
at 9-7. Are they going up or down?
Well,
They're going up?
That says up.
There's one more extra game, so they would have to go
So they would have to go 10-7.
correct. And there's no way that happens. I'd say they go. What is the 9-7 is the new 8-8.
I think
so there you go.
They'll take it in a tight race with the Packers without Aaron Rodgers.
I think they're going to be like
The
7.
Packers have Aaron Rodgers.
He's back?
Yeah, he's back.
Holy
Get the
shit.
fuck
Dude,
outta
come
here.
on.
No.
Now, you're on
No.
point with your NBA.
No.
You
He's
need
doing this on
to do
No.
He's doing this on purpose. Don't pay attention to him.
What a piece of shit. He doesn't. If you're going to say you're going to opt out and then just come back, what a bitch. Fuck him. Fuck him, dude.
He didn't say he was going to opt out.
The Packers just skull fucked his ass, dude. Skull fucked him. Just like you're a fucking bitch. You're
No,
playing.
The
has
Packers
all the
called
power.
his bluff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Packers are like, oh, look,
Okay.
we're not trading you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Then
are
don't.
our franchise quarterback. We have Love sitting on the bench who will be the quarterback behind you. But for now, you're our quarterback.
Yeah.
You want to
Well,
retire?
they're
You want to go do Jeopardy? Go do Jeopardy.
Yeah.
You know what? You want?
Well,
you
let's
want
wait
us
to talk
bring
about the
back
pack. Let's
Randall-
wait to talk about the pack because I'll rant on this.
I mean, let's talk about the pack now. What else is to say about the Vikings? They're going. Are they going up or down?
No, they're going to go 7-10, 9-7.
They're going up, baby. They're going up
Why are they going up?
because they got all the team together. You know, they don't have any dysfunctional pieces.
They do. They don't like their quarterback.
Yeah, the quarterback is the
team
most.
Is not like their quarterback.
How
That's
come you not like Kirk? Huh?
Mike Zimmer said it's not going to be my ass that gets fired.
Because Zimmer
He-
came
Zim-
out and
let's
was
go.
like, if you don't have the vaccine, you're an idiot. So he just called his quarterback an idiot.
Whoa.
And he's also on the hot seat because they've had 2 subpar seasons in a row.
Yeah.
Mm.
So he's on the hot
For
seat.
sure.
He
Plus,
wants
the kid they
his
drafted from
quarterback.
Minnesota is he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, his quote unquote star quarterback.
You guys are talking me out of it.
Yeah.
You
guys are
No
talking
shit,
me out of it.
because they're gonna go down.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude. I don't know. They got Hunter on D.
Stop.
Who else do they got? They got those rookie corners from last year. They're now sophomores.
Get off.
They got some corner depth now. They got what it takes.
I don't think
They
they
got what it takes. Jared Allen's gonna play for them again.
Okay. That's the only Viking. Sarp only knows that Vikings player. He doesn't know anything about it. No, stop it.
Adrian Peterson. There's rumors.
No.
There's
All right.
rumors.
All right, that's enough about the Vikings. Packers,
Easily the best team in the division.
best team in the division.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're coming off
They went
basically a 2-loss season.
Yeah.
Correct?
14-2.
14-2?
No, 10-6.
10-6. What did I say?
Well,
That was a year previous.
Hold on.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. You know what? Let me pull up
Are you
the
sure?
actual standings because I'm pretty sure I have the wrong information.
I mean,
Packers 13-3.
yeah, that's what I said. I
They're
think
good.
2-loss
They're
team.
good.
Yeah, and they have the whole team back together. Rodgers is there.
They're banging Rodgers. They're banging his skull.
I mean, he came back and pretty much took a shit on the whole organization, but I mean,
Right.
he's going to get a Super Bowl.
Vikings were 7-9. Are they still going down?
Yeah, they're going down.
Okay.
Tharp
Vikings-
says up.
Okay. Tharp says up. Tharp's going to be wrong.
You'll be wrong. All right, Pack.
Pack.
Is that what we're talking now?
That's where we're talking.
Down, baby, down.
You think the Packers are going down?
Yeah.
I mean,
They got Randall Cobb.
Aaron Jones injury concerns, right?
that's true.
Their best wide receiver doesn't want to be there. Their quarterback doesn't want to be there. Who else doesn't want to be there? Probably more.
I think
There's a contingent that want to leave.
I don't know. I think they put it all that aside and go, listen, this is about as close to a Super Bowl roster as we're ever going to get. Let's go for it. We were basically 2 possessions away from a Super Bowl anyway. So I don't see them being any worse. Again, you might not win 13 games, but you will be the best team in the division easily.
Like, if that happens, do you know how badly I will make fun of Aaron Rodgers? Like, what a fucking bitch. You wanted to leave this team, and then you win a Super Bowl?
Well, they drafted a quarterback and they didn't
mind fucked your ass. They're taking the reins of your fucking brain, bro.
Brain reins. I don't know, dude. I'm always going to be player-centric. The Packers did kind of... Like, it's kind of shitty to have a quarterback that you drafted. And, again, the guy who's their GM now, I can't remember his name, didn't draft Aaron Rodgers. That was a different guy. But, you know, either way. Packers are bad. Packers will be the best team in the division. But easily. I don't think it's a question. I don't think there's any reason to see them being worse.
Okay. Bears.
Well, it depends who starts at quarterback. Is it going to be Dalton or is it going to be Fields?
Bears were 8-8 last year.
I think with Dalton, if they're probably going to start Dalton because that's what they keep saying. So maybe like week 6, week 8, they get Fields. I just don't know. It's hard for a rookie quarterback. Granted, he looks pretty solid and it's exciting. I would say they're either going to be 9-7, which is the new 8-8, or they'll be like.
9-8 would be
9-8. Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think slightly better just because of the schedule change.
I think they're gonna give Andy Dalton
4 weeks.
I think they're gonna give him 2.
2 weeks.
I think they're gonna give him 2 weeks. If he has a bad game in the second week,
that's fair. The first bad game, the city's gonna go nuts.
Yeah, they're gonna be like put Justin
Matt
Fields
Nagy's
in.
already
Put
on the
Justin
hot
Fields
seat.
in. Even though Justin Fields was like, hey, it's not cool to boo Andy Dalton, like he's the number 1 quarterback. Justin Fields is kind of like almost accepted he's not starting week 1
for sure.
But
the guy's electric though.
The Red Rocket.
I mean, you got. Let's see the Bears' schedule.
Hold up.
Week 1.
Pull it up.
Week 1, they're playing the Rams.
Loss.
Week 2, they're playing the Bengals. So I think if Andy Dalton doesn't do well against the Bengals, Justin Fields is starting against the Browns week 3.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what it's going to be. Or here we go. Week 4, Lions versus the Bears. That could be Justin Fields' first start.
That could be Justin Fields' first start.
And Lions
have an ass defense.
They have a bad defense, and they have a terrible record against rookie quarterbacks playing the first game in the past 3 years.
It's true. That's interesting. Yeah. I would say yes. That would be his first start. But I still think 9-8, 8-9. They're not terrible, but I don't think they're there yet.
Okay. And Lions.
3 games. They'll win.
You think they're going to be that bad?
Yes.
I'm going to say 6. I'm going to double it.
6 games.
6 games. We are playing what is Seattle's division? What is that again? Seattle and the Rams. What is it? It's the
Seattle Rams, NFC West.
Yeah. NFC West. I think all 4 of those games are losses.
Easily.
And I think the entire division is going to lose to the NFC West.
The NFC West might be the best division in all the NFC.
Yeah.
Easily. I don't think that's much of an
So
argument.
instantly 4 losses on all 4 teams in this division.
Even the Cardinals, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're there.
Yeah, I can see that. I just think it the defense for the Lions, bad. There's no wide receivers. If you thought Stafford was poop,
Lions
then
have 0 wide receivers.
Jared Goff is not gonna blow you away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you have no pass rush.
There's no who's your running back?
Swift.
I mean that's
he's
solid,
injured.
But he's hurt. Yeah.
Did they bring back Adrian Peterson?
No.
Okay.
Stop.
They have Jamal Williams.
Jamal Williams.
He's fun.
Change of pace.
I mean, if dudes
the whole time.
If you're bringing dudes like Brashard Perriman in to be like on your wide receiver core, and be like, Brashard's gonna have to show us more.
He might get cut.
He's definitely gonna get cut. 100%. But like
his hairline.
It's. I just think there's no world in which they win more than 6 games.
Come on, Duke can be hopeful, bro.
I'm going to say...
I mean, here we go. 49ers, lost. Packers, lost. Ravens, lost. Bears, maybe they'll go 1-1 with them. Vikings 1-1 maybe. Bengals they could beat the
They could
Bengals. Rams loss. Eagles win.
Loss.
Yeah!
Eagles
Let's go,
win.
Brian! Let's go, Brian!
Loss.
Tell me who the Eagles quarterback is.
Jalen Hurts.
Hmm.
Guys, all right. I'm not
Hurt.
getting into this right now.
Well, so NFC North, who's coming out on top?
Pack,
Packers.
easy.
We all agree on
Vikings.
the Packers.
Shut up.
You said that. Come on,
Vikings,
You're-
bro. Let's go
Lying.
Vikes.
You're just doing it to be contrarian.
Are you saying the Vikings?
I am saying the Vikings.
We're revisiting this at the end of
I'm
the
saying Vikings, bro.
You're saying Vikings.
Let's go.
I hate your takes on football so much. I really do.
Let's go Vikes, baby.
The problem is if Tharp
Straight
is,
to Valhalla, motherfucker.
Whoa.
if Tharp is right, I'm gonna be pissed.
If he's right, I'll be mad and shocked.
All right, NFC South.
Mm.
Let's start. Let's go Saints. Let's start with the Saints. They were 12-4 last year.
Oh, you get famous Jameis as your QB now too.
You got
dude.
Jameis Winston as your
Eat
QB.
a W, dude. We're gonna eat a W.
Eating his fucking hand on the sideline.
It's eat a W, man.
I don't get it. What are we thinking? Are they going to have a better record or a worse record?
Worst record. But I still think they'll be good. I think that defense is legit. They got some headhunters.
Double-digit wins, for sure.
I think they'll win 10 games.
You think so?
I think 10.
That much?
Yeah.
I think they'll still win 12.
Really?
Yeah. With the added game, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Oh, the added game's going to throw me off.
Yeah.
I still think 10. I think
Yeah.
10-7.
Yeah, because even when they went without Breeze last year for like
Sure.
4 weeks,
Sure.
they won all those games.
So
That's
between the Saints, Buccaneers, Panthers, Falcons, are the Saints going to be the best team in that division?
No. Bucks will. Easily.
I'm gonna say yes.
You're insane, dude.
I'm gonna say yes. They have great coaching, right?
True.
Great stability in regards to culture.
The Buccaneers won the Super Bowl.
They have arguably the best running back in the league.
Kumara.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Running and catching out of the
Offensive
backfield.
line is still pretty good.
But they
Defense
have
is
someone who went ESPN 30 for 30 on. 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, James
Sure.
Winston.
Uh-huh.
Who, on a Buccaneers
You think
team...
he's gonna start?
On a Buccaneers team who...
Or the gadget guy.
no.
No,
It's
they've
Winston.
said Winston is going to start.
Okay.
Winston's
Okay.
been getting most of the first team reps.
But
Granted, Hill is going to get reps.
Yeah,
Obviously,
they're
but,
gonna
like,
they're gonna treat Hill the
he's
same
still
as
gonna
they
score
did
like
the past
15
couple
Both
years.
were on the team last year,
Yes.
and those 4 games where Breeze was out, Hill started all 4 games.
True.
But Winston has been really good this year
In camp.
in camp.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude,
They're gonna use Taysom Hill just like they did in the past couple of years,
Yeah,
where
for sure.
they'll
Gadget
run
guy.
him. They'll run him at QB a couple of times. They'll throw him at tight end, who's gonna get some weird, fake play snap, and he'll be the quarterback. James Winston.
What if
I
they
don't know.
split it 50-50?
They won't,
that's
because it's the
cool.
NFL. They'll
It
pick.
doesn't happen.
They'll pick a quarterback,
Mhm.
and whoever's gonna play is gonna play until they switch. And then
Okay.
when they switch, it's gonna be for good.
What's the number 1 wide receiver?
Michael Thomas.
He's out, right? He's injured at this point in time, right?
He's been.
He might be injured. He might be right.
And he doesn't want to be there.
That is also.
I don't think he doesn't want to be there. I just think,
He definitely wanted more money.
yeah, he wanted more money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's still pretty young, so you keep
Their
him happy.
defense is studly.
Yeah, but
Everywhere.
that window's closing soon for them because a lot of those guys are due up for
Yeah,
money. That's the only
yeah.
thing that makes me.
Jameis Winston on the Buccaneers, I believe, did not make the playoffs in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
You are correct.
He leaves. Tom Brady comes in. Albeit best quarterback to play the game, they win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom Brady is going to be better than Jameis Winston, but it was the same team.
Mm-hmm.
And now Tom Brady's bringing back the same, literally 100% of the starters are returning. They didn't lose one starter.
Valid points.
Wait, who? You said Michael Thomas?
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
Wide receiver?
No, he is. He is hurt. You're right.
He is hurt. Yeah.
I see the Buccaneers being better. I mean, Buccaneers were 11-5. I see one, especially with the schedule change,
Buccaneers
one
are good,
game.
though.
One game?
They're good.
They just need one more game than a Drew Brees-led Saint compared to Jameis Winston.
Good though. Yeah.
Come on.
I'm still going Saints.
That's
Fuck you
insane
guys.
to me, but that doesn't surprise me.
Still, I believe in Sean Payton and I believe in who dat culture.
Okay.
All right,
Damn.
Buccaneers. Like I said, they're bringing back 100% of their starters.
Yep.
Fuck.
I think they're the best in that division. I think they're coming out with that.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, unless this is the year that Brady finally falls off a cliff, but we all know
We've
that's
been
not
saying that for
happening.
10 years.
I'm just saying. That's the only thing I can say. I think they'll just have another belt under their thing. You know, there was times last season where Tom wasn't on the same page with his receivers, and they had a lot of penalties.
But you saw it in the playoffs
still the
after a
Super
full
Bowl.
season.
You still have Antonio Brown. You still have guys like that. You still have, oh fuck! I just said his goddamn name. Who's Mike Evans? Thank you.
They're stacked everywhere.
Defense is legit good, legitimately solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like every single player on that team came back. Who's going to go down? Like everyone is going to be better.
Injuries, dude. That's
What
the
do you
only
think?
thing.
Are they going to still be at second in the division?
I think so. I think I'm gonna say yes. I think complacency is gonna set in. They're gonna like ride high on that championship they just won, and they're not going to be as hungry. And I think Brady won't be as hungry, and I think he'll loosen the reins slightly. And you know,
Do you know who Tom Brady is?
yeah.
That guy lives to play for.
I get it.
In Super Bowls. There's nothing.
Yeah.
No. It's
Yeah, we'll see.
the
We'll
one
see.
division.
All right. So Panthers. They don't have Teddy Bridgewater, but they have Sam Darnold as their QB.
Oh,
I'm out here seeing ghosts.
They were 5-11 last year.
No. I would say
Are they going up or down?
marginally better, maybe at 2 games, but they're still at the
what was
worst.
their record again?
5-11
5-11.
5-11.
with Teddy 2
Marginally
gloves.
better.
Teddy 2 gloves.
Marginally better.
I just think Sam Darnold is not good. I don't like the roster. The defense is just okay. I mean, granted, you still have Christian McCaffrey. You have Matt Rule, who's a good coach. Matt Rule's a good coach. So, like, I like that, but I don't know, dude. I just think Sam Darnold. Now, granted, you did see him play for the Jets, which is objectively the worst place you could ever start your career.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got an actual number 1 receiver in Robbie Anderson.
True.
If you guys think the Saints are going to sink like you say they are, you know, someone's got to take that market share. You think it's the Panthers or you think it's the Falcons?
I mean, I think to be honest, I think the Saints are going to go from number 1 to number 2.
Yeah.
I don't think the Saints are going to go
Okay.
down at 3 or 4 because, I mean, Panthers aren't going to be like Sam Darnold is going to give them a couple more wins, but not that many more wins.
I don't even know if he gives them as many wins as
And then the last team in the division is the Falcons, which to me took a huge step back. They got rid of Julio Jones, their number 1 receiver, and replaced him with
That's
a
a
rookie Kyle Pitts.
That's a team that's rebuilding. Which is an
But
interesting.
they don't realize they're rebuilding. But
Well,
they
I
are.
don't think they want to trade Matt Ryan. I think that was like I'm with you. Like that, this offseason would have been the offseason to do it.
I mean, do you think the Falcons are going to be better than they were last year?
I mean, they
At
were
4-12.
I mean, they were really bad. I mean, I would say maybe better by a game or 2,
Yeah,
but they're really not good.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think they're going to be one of, if not the worst team in the league.
really,
I
can
just-
see it.
Matt Ryan has been getting worse every single year since he lost that Super Bowl. And you're expecting Kyle Pitts, who's slated as a tight end, but is like this offensive weapon to replace arguably one of the best wide receivers in the game in Julio Jones.
That's true.
One of the best possession receivers.
I just
so,
think-
I mean, what are you expecting?
That's
Calvin Ridley to step up and be the best receiver?
No,
I
I'm
just-
with you. That's fair.
I still don't know who their running back is.
Sure.
So I think they're going to be terrible again. They picked 5 last year.
I think they're going to be around.
What
that
did they
top
do
10
to
picks.
improve to get more wins?
That's fair.
Mhm.
I agree with that. I would agree with pretty much all that. Nothing on that team strikes me as being better than last year.
Yeah.
Other than their tight end situation. But again, there's no Julio Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. NFC West.
NFC
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
How do you decide?
Let's figure this out. We got Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals, and 49ers. Seahawks, 12-4.
Yep.
Rams, 10-6. Cardinals, 8-8. 49ers, 6-10.
But no quarterback the entire year.
Right. They didn't
And now they have Trey Lance and Garoppolo. Granted, Trey Lance is probably better, but now they got arms.
All right, so let's start with the Seahawks.
They went 12-4.
12-4.
I would say the same.
Number one in the division. Are they going up, down?
I would say
Same.
I would probably put them around that 12. Well, there's an extra game, so
12-13.
I think 12-13 is probably their ceiling for sure.
I would take them a step down a notch, 10 to 12.
This
This division's just too
it is
good
really
everywhere.
Stacked. That's true.
Like,
It's stacked city.
I realize
Playing
that
those teams 2 times a year is rough.
the division that they're playing, what's the Lions division? NFC North.
Yeah.
You know, that's 4 wins for each of these teams immediately.
Yeah,
So
they
I,
really split things.
I mean, I think they're going down. I'm with Art. It's going to be a tough division. Like he said, 49ers now have 2 decent quarterbacks instead of 0.
their stud D end is back too, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Yeah.
Bosa.
Mhm.
Bosa.
So they have their defensive end back. They have a quarterback.
Yep.
They went to the Super Bowl with a quarterback.
They're stacked everywhere.
So
Scheme wise, a machine.
yeah.
Yeah,
so
but
they
I like
should-
DK Metcalf another season better. I mean, Chris Carson. You have an offensive line that again struggled, but you do still have Russ. I mean, that's a perennial in the MVP discussion. The defense is not crazy, but you have Jamal Adams back. Like there are, it's not a bad team. It's
still
pretty
a good-
But I will agree the division alone being better doesn't necessarily bode well for them.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. But I would say, who did we pick coming out of the last division?
I picked Buccaneers.
Yeah, I said Bucks.
Saints.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Third sets.
I would say, well, let's talk about the other teams. I haven't made a decision yet. I can be
Rams.
swayed. They were 10-6. I'd say they're better.
Better than 10-6.
Yeah, I think the only thing that concerns me is the age of their offensive line. That worries me. And Stafford has injury issues.
To me, going down.
Really, you think so?
I-
Everybody's saying that Stafford's a sneaky MVP pick.
Look, Stafford's been an MVP pick for the past 5 years on the Lions.
No.
Preseason, look back at all these articles. Stafford's always the dark horse to win MVP.
Yeah, but now he's with Sean McVay in that scheme, dude. I mean, that's a lot.
I don't trust that scheme. I don't see it. Yeah, it took Jared Goff to the Super Bowl the first year, but since then, like, are you really putting all of that on Jared Goff? Is he that bad? We'll see him on the Lions to see how bad he is, but like, I really don't believe that Jared Goff was that bad where they went from a Super Bowl team to barely a playoff team.
It's fair.
And I mean, I know that I think they won a game
I don't know,
last
dude, but
year,
they didn't
like,
even want to play golf in the playoff game.
I know, and they started another guy, so like
They still went 10-6.
and that's what I don't believe is just like is this scheme that good where you can put in a marginally better declining quarterback people
say
think
yes.
that Stafford is this leaps and bounds above Goff, and it's like he's still not a top 5 QB. Like Stafford is still going to be your middle of the pack quarterback. Sure, Goff is probably in the last third, but you're getting what? Instead of the 20th overall quarterback, you're getting the 13th.
I
mean,
still
like-
think what Stafford can bring to them is obviously better than what Goff is, and I think that's an improvement. I think again they might be 10-7, whatever. They might be 11-6.
They got Sonny Michel now.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Ooh, helps their
That
running back
really
core
doesn't
now
mean
that they don't have
anything.
Cam Akers.
Yeah,
But again, if they don't achieve anything, it's going to be like, oh well, you know what? Stafford did really good, but didn't have a running game. They didn't have Cam Akers, so let's run it back. Cooper Kupp
I
and
like
Robert
the
Woods are
receiving
still
core,
on their
too, still
teams.
good. I just think with that core of people, with that group, the only thing that concerns me is the offensive line. I think they're going to be good. I do.
No, possibly struggling offensive line, no running game.
Sonny Michel's not terrible. He's not great, but he's not terrible.
I just don't see. I just don't see them doing very well.
They should bring back C.J. Anderson. He's sick, dude.
I just don't see that team doing anything. What do you think, Bart?
The indecisiveness of this division is real right
It's
now.
true.
I think I'm going to pick the Rams. I think I'm going to pick the Rams to win this division. I think the Seahawks, they're going to be right where they were last year, and I think the Rams take a step up. 49ers are going to they're going to have double-digit wins too. So it's going to be rough, and I hate to say it, the Cardinals, once we discuss them, I think they're going to be the odd man out just because of how good this fucking division is.
Well, let's talk about them. I mean, do you really think that they're going to be that bad? Because they got, granted, he's always injured, but they got J.J. Watt on their defense.
I don't think they're going to be bad. I just think
and
they're not good enough.
They completely fleeced the Texans for DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
That's true.
So Kyler Murray, dual threat quarterback, DeAndre Hopkins to throw to. I'm still counting Larry Fitzgerald. I mean,
they're good.
Alex Guy, Christian Kirk.
I like them. I think if you plug them in the North Division, I think they're going to come on number one. But I just, in this division, the way the other teams perform and the other team's culture and the way the defenses are stacked in this division, I just don't think they're going to get over. And it's going to suck for Kyler Murray that he's got to go through this, but at least they are getting high draft picks, and eventually they'll accumulate enough talent to just overpass them, and hopefully that's what happens. But I think they're going to be the odd man out.
I mean, between the 49ers having an old Russell Wilson and the Rams...
You mean Seahawks?
Yeah, and the Rams, old Stafford, older team... 2-3 years, maybe Cardinals are the best in the division.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying right now
they have a good,
they're the odd man out.
They have a great receiving core too, a decent running game.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk, you brought up, my dude.
All right, 49ers.
Well, obviously better.
Obviously better.
Yeah,
easily. That they're 10 win team.
I have them coming best out of the division.
There's no way.
I think they're going to be the best.
This division has the best chance to have 3 teams make the playoffs.
I think so
true.
too.
Oh, easily.
I think so too.
For sure, I agree. That's a team that there's a chance that 12 wins could be a wild card coming out of that division.
Yeah. Especially with the schedule change now, they can go 12-5.
12-5, which is crazy.
I think they're going to be the best. I really think that injuries hindered that team so much last year.
But if they do go Trey Lance again, that is still a rookie QB. I'm just saying. Granted, he's looked good, but I just don't know. It's a lot to put on a rookie.
It is, but I think they're going to run.
I
think they're going to roll with
defense.
Garoppolo.
Yeah,
I think they're going to.
You might be
right. Roll with Garoppolo. He got him to a Super Bowl. They didn't use him that much, but he got him to a Super Bowl.
That's fair.
Roll with him.
I can agree with that.
All right, last division.
So who's your pick?
Oh yeah,
the division here.
Who are you have coming out of the West? Seahawks, Rams, 49ers. You have.
I hate the Seahawks.
You have the Seahawks staying. You said the Seahawks are going to stay.
And I hate them so much too. It's like it pains me to say it, but I still think they're coming out of that division. Yeah. They haven't shown me anything to prove that they wouldn't. So.
All right.
Yeah, and as a Lions fan, I hate to say this myself, but I think Rams win the division by a hair, and I think Seattle gets second place by a hair, and then I think the 49ers, they're going to be in there fighting for that last wild card spot.
I can see it.
And then Cardinals odd man out.
Yeah, it's a tough division. That's just it's so good, so good. And that division just like a couple of years ago, it's like 7-9 teams were making playoffs. Which is crazy.
Well, that's the worst division in the NFC, is what we're going to talk about, is the East.
Oof. Tough crowd.
All right, we'll hold the Eagles till last. So Cowboys first. What do we think? What do we think they're going to do?
Yeah, they'll be up.
Up.
They're
when is Dak playing?
They played 6-10.
Huh?
Dak's still injured. When is he coming back?
They're saying
week 4?
Week one.
They're saying week 1, but I think they're going to hold them. I think they're going to hold it back.
Who's their backup QB?
Ben DiNucci.
What? Who?
Ben DiNucci.
Say who?
Ben DiNucci. He played at Liberty College.
Ethan Ticonderoga.
Did they need to fill their WAP quota or something? I can say that I'm Italian.
And racial slur. I love it.
So we all agree Cowboys are going up.
Yeah,
For sure.
easily. I mean, their team's back together, healthy. The offensive line is healthy.
Zeke actually
Granted, their
lost some weight.
Granted, their defense is still not very good. So I'm just floating that out there. But I think they'll be better.
But they'll be better than 6-10. That's what.
Unfortunately, yes.
Is their line back healthy?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And they have
Yeah.
Micah Parsons now, which is pretty fucking good.
And he looks good.
Yeah, he does.
He
Plus,
looks
they have
good.
Van Der Esch, so I would say, yeah, they'll probably.
Yeah, he looks
better.
good.
I hate.
All right, the New York Football Giants, 6-10 last year.
Daniel Jones is out.
Saquon Barkley's back. Is he worth a win?
Plus, they have.
A win? Is he worth a win?
I like guys. I mean, I like Sterling Shepard and guys on their team. Like, it's not a terrible team.
Historically, running backs
Who's
do
there?
not come back
Who's,
from
they
injuries
have,
like that.
They have Galladay too. Kenny Galladay.
He was
They still have-
last year too.
They still
You
have
need a
Daniel
quarterback
Jones.
to throw to.
What was your record again? It was
6
like
and
10, right? Yep.
6 and 10.
I would still say it depends on if Saquon plays.
Dude,
the
I
full
saw
season,
that. I saw
but-
that video of Daniel Jones. Wasn't even close to one of his
Oh,
receivers.
That is true.
Threw it into the middle of the
Oh.
field. There was no one around. Just
He's
straight to the
done.
defense.
He's done.
He looked at
Goodbye.
Jabril Peppers right in the face and goes, "This one's for you." Throws it straight at him.
I would say that's probably the worst team in the division.
They got a
The
great
Giants.
defense. I mean, okay, like a good defense, not great.
It's not
great.
It's not.
Don't
great,
quote me on that.
but-
all right.
Better than 6-10.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe,
No, I
maybe
just-
like 1 game, 2 games.
No, they'll be the same. They'll be pretty ass.
Yeah.
All right.
Just 'cause of their
Washington
defense.
football team.
Could be the sneaky team out of the division. I
They
think.
did win.
Talk about defense.
They won the
baby.
division last year at 7-9.
Yep. Smells like bitch in here.
Whoa.
Smell like bitch in here. Yeah. I mean, that's a team. That defense is good. That defense is good and improving. I mean, that is a legitimate defense. I mean, offensively, does Fitzy get you? You know, he doesn't do it. It's hard to say.
I don't think so.
Who's their quarterback they just drafted?
Mm.
Do
No,
draft
they
QB?
have Heineke from
Heineke,
last year.
That's right. He started that playoff game.
Haskins? No.
No,
They don't have
he got
him anymore?
Haskins got traded to.
They released him.
He's on
They
the
released
Pittsburgh
him.
Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers.
He's on the Steelers.
They released him.
Yeah, released him. Yeah,
Heineke?
Heineke,
Heineke.
something like that.
Ah.
Heineke.
Hinky?
Fitzmagic has proven year after year
Oh, Fitz!
he's
Yeah, that's what I
only
just
good
said.
for half of a
Fitz-
year.
Fitz magic.
I haven't
dude.
seen him put together.
I heard you say it, but I just didn't process it.
Yeah,
Fitz magic, dude.
Yeah.
The beard.
He can't put together a full
39
season.
years old,
He's
baby.
very old.
He can't put together a whole season.
He's got that magic touch.
I still like
so.
JD,
For, like,
but they
again,
have like
for
they
6
have like
games.
JD McKissick, like that guy's good. Like their fucking defense
McLaurin
is crazy.
as
Like I
their-
can't
as their
even.
wide receiver.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
really underrated. But like
Yeah.
again, Fitzmagic is good for 6-7 games,
Fitz magic, baby.
and then that's it.
Fitz magic.
All right.
I
Well, I
like
think
their receiving core. Terry McLaurin's solid. Like they got Humphreys. You know, they got guys like that. But I don't know. I feel they're definitely going to be better. I feel like they're definitely better. The QB thing to me is
that's a big question. That's a big question for that team. Is the QB. All right. I think we're done with the NFC East.
Kyle Allen. Boom.
Okay.
That's who it was.
Okay.
Yep, all done.
All done.
Oh, we're just not going to talk about the Eagles?
Well, they're going to be the worst in the division. So
No, they're not.
They're going down.
The Giants are going to be the worst.
Eagles were 4-11 and 1.
We can
excuse me.
Only go up
4-11
from
and 1.
there.
Only go up with a bad quarterback
How do you know he's bad?
because he played last year.
Fuck you. He
How
played
many wins?
fine.
He's a really great running back.
I hate you. Fuck out of here.
Who's he throwing to?
DeMonte Smith, Jordan
Yeah, the Slim Reaper, man.
Wes Watkins, Travis Fulgham, and we still have Dallas Goddard, Zach Ertz.
So let me remind everyone: Zach Ertz they've been trying to trade.
He's back in camp and he's fine.
Goddard is your
Good.
best offensive weapon.
We don't know that yet.
Devontae Smith, unproven rookie, won't take
True, but he
anything
looks-
away.
but he
won't-
looks good.
yeah, already had an injury problem though
He missed 1 week
because
of
he's
camp.
100 pounds.
Okay. He's a little skinny.
Dude, someone like Aaron Donald is gonna hit him and a bone's gonna snap.
What
I
about
think
Sanders,
our
bro?
defense will be better. Our defense
Sanders.
will be better. Granted, our linebacking core is still not good.
Big play Slay over there.
We have Slay, Steven Nelson. We have Vontae Maddox. We still have Ronnie McLeod.
Cox.
Our defensive line is
Fletcher.
good. We have Ryan Kerrigan, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham.
You had all those players
Barnett.
last year, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 4-1.
Well, hard to do that when Wentz doesn't play any games.
Right, so Hurts had to play.
No, not true. He
Oh,
played
so who was quarterback?
Wentz for the majority of the season.
But you said he didn't play in the game.
The last 4 games he didn't play.
Right. How many wins in those last 4 games? 2.
Cox, Fletcher.
So you're predicting Eagles going up?
Yeah.
Best in the division?
I would
You're
say...
such a homer.
No!
You're such
did
a
I
homer.
say?
Yes,
I
you were about
okay.
to say it.
I said we're going up. I think that we can win 10 games.
10 games?
Yep. That would be our ceiling. 10 games.
You're out of your
10-7.
mind. You're out of your mind.
I think
All
Fletcher slays with a hurt.
Did you
Cox.
improve the offensive line at all?
Yes, everyone's healthy.
Everyone's healthy. Okay.
And
the
Mailata has...
improvement of the wide
Jordan
receiver
Mailata will
core-
be starting left tackle, and he looks good. He's no longer the ghost of Jason Peters. He's good.
And the big improvement in the wide receiver core was just drafting Devontae Smith.
I think that and everything that Jalen Reagor and Quez Watkins has shown, it's been pretty solid.
Let's get to the real question here.
Here we go.
All right.
New coaching staff.
With a quarterback name like
Here we go.
Hurts,
Okay.
isn't that a bad omen?
He's never had any injuries.
Isn't that a bad
other than
omen,
that
though?
Alabama game.
It's like a bad omen. Like, you know,
I think it's
better knock
I
on
think both
wood.
of you
I think
can
it's
eat
a-
a bag of dicks.
here we go. I think it's a bad omen that he's not good at throwing the football.
Look at his... That's a ridiculous statement. Watch tape. I hate that. The guy can throw 80 yards fine. That's such a bullshit
That
knock.
Stafford can throw 100. Who gives a shit how
He backed
far he
up
can
to it
throw?
really well that one year
Whatever. That's terrible.
in Alabama.
Fuck off.
Couldn't even
People
start in
won
college.
Heisman in Oklahoma.
Oh.
Eat shit.
Can we stop talking about college and actually talk about NFL?
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the picks? Did we pick yet?
No, we
Who do we
haven't
choose?
picked.
I'm picking Washington. I think they're going to be the best in that division. So you saying Jalen Hurts can throw 80 yards down the field, right?
I am saying that.
Okay, and that automatically just
That's
makes him
not
a
what
good
I say.
quarterback.
I'm saying that your criticism of his arm strength is not
I'm not
unfair.
talking about his arm strength. I'm talking about his accuracy.
I think that's unfounded.
What do you think his accuracy was last year?
It's not a fair sample size. He only got 4 games.
What are you talking about? 4 games is plenty to show.
No.
4 NFL games. Yeah, because we're gonna look at
We didn't have
game
anybody.
1
We
and
were
game
playing
2.
with Greg Ward. There was fucking lawn chairs on the offensive line.
But you're saying that it's Carson Wentz's fault that you guys only won 4 games.
I mean, he was the starting quarterback for 12 games. Granted, there was injuries all over the team. and
Jalen
our
Hurts
receivers
played
suck.
5 games,
5 games.
won 1 of them
Perfect.
against
Exactly what I
New
said.
Orleans.
Exactly. Should have won the Cardinals game. Let's be real.
Let's go over his QBR, shall we?
It's an unfair sample size. It's a totally different team.
It's a totally different team. What are you talking about?
Totally
He's a
different.
dual threat quarterback.
Totally different.
They're gonna do better.
Thank you.
They won 3 games.
4 games.
4. Yeah, they'll do better.
All right, let's pick the fucking teams. Go ahead. You're saying Washington.
I'm saying Washington.
What are you saying?
Cowboys on paper look damn good
I feel the same way.
on
unfortunately.
paper. And
But on the field, who's going to show it?
God, I hate
But
him
their
too. I hate
defense is-
Jerry Jones.
Their
Fuck
defense
him,
is
dude.
not good though. Their defense is bad.
Do I want to be right or do I just want to select one that feels good? So I'm at that point. I'm at that point where I'm like,
go with
I would rather pick a team and feel good about it than pick a team and be right.
Feel good about
You know?
Feel good about your pick.
Well, that's insane, but okay.
You felt good about the Vikings.
That-
You felt good about the
That's
Saints.
terrible. I'd rather pick and be feel pretty good than pick and be correct. That's nuts. That's insanity.
Let's go Washington, baby. Let's go Washington.
Can I just abstain?
No, because you're going to say the Eagles.
No, because I don't think we'll win the division.
Oh, so that means you're picking the Cowboys, but you don't want to utter that.
I can't say that. So someone was going to
No,
have to
you
say
have-
it. I
you
won't
have
say
to
it.
say
See,
it.
I beat you to it.
I know. He said that's going to be corrected. I won't say it.
So you're,
I'm gonna go with.
So you're making fun of Tharp for picking the team and being right, but that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh shit, we're in meta stage right
I'm
now.
gonna go. I'm literally pot and kettle full 100% right now. I literally don't even want it. The thought of it leaving my mouth makes me hurt.
Look, I need to have correct data.
I'm
when
gonna
we're
just
looking back.
then I'm gonna go ahead and say, even though the Redskins have no quarterback, I'm just gonna go. You know what? No, fuck you guys. Eat shit. The Eagles will win this.
Oh!
Okay.
All right.
you.
So Jalen Hurts and his, again, let's say it, 53% completion.
It's unfair sample size. It's not fair.
5 games is not enough.
Nope. I need more.
2 of those games were within the division. It's not enough.
No.
Apparently
Too many
so.
injuries. It's a fake team. I couldn't say yes. I couldn't say it.
All right, so we got our picks. Alec, you have the
AFC
Packers, Buccaneers, Seahawks, Eagles.
I know, I'm such a bitch. Such a pussy amount of. I literally, that entire list makes my skin go. If I was listening right now, everyone who's listening right now, they'd probably just roll their eyes. And I'd be like,
Tharp.
I get it.
Okay, well, wait for this. Tharp, you have Vikings, Saints, Rams, Washington. How do you feel about it?
Absolute.
Confident.
You're fucking lying. You're lying.
And I have Packers, Buccaneers, 49ers, and Washington as well.
Oh, God, that makes my skin hurt.
All right, so out of your division winners, is any of those a Super Bowl team?
Packers.
Packers? Tharp? You don't have the Packers.
Just caveman over there.
Unless you're going Packers win the wild card and they're the Super Bowl team, but that's not the question.
Grunt at the mic.
Can I say one team out of the NFC West will win? Can I just say that?
No, you have out of the
God
4
damn
division winners that you have.
I mean, the NFC West is a pretty good call.
Rams, let's go.
Whoa.
Let's go.
I like that.
Let's go.
Tight.
I think that's dumb.
I think that honestly might. I think that might happen.
No, that's so dumb.
Just because he said it, I think in a weird, fucked up world, he just brought it into existence.
No, you know what? Because I seem to remember on our last podcast that we were doing, Tharp made these absurd NFL predictions, and they were all wrong.
Surprise, not at all.
Exactly. So he's making the prediction of
That's
the Rams.
the most right prediction I've ever heard him say.
So last year was
Or,
all
excuse me,
guesses.
It's the most.
This time it's somewhat educated guess.
That's the most plausible thing I've ever heard him say. Was Rams. All right, Brian, go.
Well, I mean, that's it. That's all we have for today. Next week, we're going to do...
What was your pick, dude? You got a
Say
pick?
your pick.
Who do you think's
can't
going to
just
go to the
fucking-
Super Bowl?
You can
bro?
just slither out.
You don't
of there.
think so?
I don't think any of those 4 are Super Bowl.
Okay.
None of the division winners of the division are going to be Super Bowl teams.
Then who is it? Who do you got?
You have to
no,
pick
no,
somebody. Well, then who's going to
Well,
be?
okay, out of those 4, I think the Buccaneers.
Okay, but who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl? That's what we're saying.
The Buccaneers. I don't think that...
Bucks
I don't
again?
think any of those 4 are going to be in the
We got a Buck repeater over here.
It's very likely as well.
I just don't trust any of those.
I think
The
Rodgers.
Buccaneers.
I think Rodgers
if I
is
had
on
to choose
full
one of those
revenge
4,
tour.
I think Buccaneers is my best guess.
The only reason I said the Packers is because Rodgers is on a different plane of hatred this year, and he's just gonna hate fuck the Packers into a Super Bowl.
Wait,
I mean,
he's going to win a Super
hope
Bowl and go
not.
trade.
I mean, it's not totally out of the realm of possibility.
No, because they're
They
gonna,
can't though.
They're going to...
But the contract doesn't. No. He can't do that.
They're going
He
to
would
call
have
bluff
to-
again.
He
Be
can
like,
be
no,
a
you
free-
just won us a Super Bowl. You're going to do it again next
He has
year.
to play this year, and he can request a trade, but he can't determine the team. That's a contractual fact.
Yeah, I'd just like, fuck him. Send him to the Jets.
Yeah, that's what I would do. How's the
After he wins you a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Win us the Super Bowl. We'll trade Zach Wilson for him. Go to the Jets.
Then the Jets would be like, all right. Seems fair. No, I think he's going full. Everybody can get on this dick revenge tour.
Packers GM is smiling real big right now.
What
Because
is
his name is Brian Gutekunst.
Yeah, Gutekunst.
Why
I
is
think
he
it's
smiling big?
Gutekunst.
Because he does skull fucked Aaron Rodgers, dude.
Oh my god. All
What an
right.
embarrassment. What a bitch.
I
dude.
think we're done.
Aaron Rodgers is a bitch. Let's
It
mark on
is,
his legacy.
I-
He has to win a Super Bowl, otherwise he's a bitch all time.
An hour
Even
and
if he wins the
45
Super Bowl, still a
All right,
bitch.
we're almost gone 2 hours.
Hour and 45-minute pod. We warned you it was a long one.
It's a long one.
We had to go through the whole division or the whole conference. We're gonna do the AFC next week.
So strap in, because Tharp's going to say some more dumb shit.
A-Rod, straight crybaby bitch. Fuck him. He's going to try and sit out and try and bluff them, and they call his bluff.
A-Rod.
What a
What are you
fucking
talking-
bitch.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Don't say A-Rod.
No.
A-Rod is...
That's his new name.
No,
Fuck
it's
him.
not. I won't allow
Anal
that.
Rodgers, bro.
It's-
Fuck him. He got fucked in the
All right,
anal.
the
He's
episode
done.
is over. The episode is over. We're
right.
out of here. We'll see you guys next week.
Again, make sure, because this is the new podcast named Tab Sports,
Tab!
make sure you hit up our YouTube,
Tab.
our Instagram, our Twitter. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to be pushing out content again. Hopefully we'll be making some more
Like
posts.
one of Tharp's babies. Just pushing it out.
Exactly. We're going to keep pushing them out. Congratulations, buddy.
Hey.
Thank you.
I won't congratulate you.
You should. That's
I already
the main
did.
thing to
Publicly.
do.
Why?
Strong child.
What's his name?
Audric.
Bar.
Again, he wanted Argyle. That was the compromise.
That's a great name. That's so good.
All right, pod is over. Thank you for listening, and we will talk to you next week.